Hello guys, my name is Amaan Ahmad. I'm a legal intern at LEXIS and Company, and I'm pursuing 3 years law for faculty of Flood University. And the topic of my today video, I will be telling some brief about the NDA or the non-disclosure agreement. So the non-disclosure agreement is a legally enforceable contract that creates a confidential connection between the two parties. The signatory party or the parties to the agreement agree that any sensitive information they collect will not be shared with anyone else. So a confidential agreement is other name also for the NDA. So the non-disclosure agreement are frequently used by business when negotiating with other businesses, because a lot of confidential information is there. So they make it possible for parties to transmit sensitive information without danger of it falling into the hands of competitors. So it's termed as mutual non-disclosure agreement in this scenario also. So if we talk about what is the need for NDA, so in variety of scenarios an NDA is useful when two companies explore doing business together but wish to preserve their individual interests and the terms of any potential deals. NDAs are usually required. So in this scenario that I was talking about, the NDA prohibits all parties, including all the parties involved, from disclosing anything about the other party or their businesses procedure or the goals or the tactics that they use. So these all the information that they term sensitive cannot be disclosed by the party. So some organization may also ask prospective employees to sign a non-disclosure agreement because they are going to get some confidential information while working with that company or organization. So to be on the safe side, they make their employees sign the NDA. So what are the requirements of NDA if you talk about? So NDAs can be tailored to any extent. However, there are 6 basic concepts that the NDA proper NDA should have. So the name of the contracting party should obviously be there. A definition of what constitutes a confidential information. So this is an important clause. And any exception to the rule of confidentiality, what are the exceptions that can be made. So a statement describing how the information to be revealed and should be used, and the time period till which this NDA will be valid, and also the provisions of various other kinds of nature of what would happen if there is a breach, how the remedy will be provided, and who to inform. So these all things can be mentioned in the NDA. So the what happens if you breach a non-disclosure agreement, if we are talking about this concept. So if you violate an NDA, you will be subject to the contracts terms and condition. Breaking an NDA is not a crime in itself, but depending on what is violated, the information what is violated. So it may be such if the trade secrets were stolen. So if a person violates an NDA, they will usually be sued. They will usually, a case will be filed against them. They will be sued, which will result in monetary fee, monetary loss, or a termination of employment, or the return of assets that they have achieved. So depending on the terms of agreement, it is of various types of nature. So and so are the consequences. So how long does an NDA last? So because each NDA is distinct, it may last for different amount of time. So an NDA usually for a period of 1 year to 10 years, although it may be an indefinite depending on the information that needs to be kept hidden, and that period that the parties have agreed to. So if we talk about something, the type of information that can be protected under the NDA. So non-disclosure agreement might protect information that isn't in the public domain or isn't widely recognized. It can protect any type of private business information, such as the new restaurant concept, a new mall concept, or or if there is going to be any discovery of some kind. So any type of confidential business information that could be valued to other if disclosed. So a non-disclosure agreement would ideally define the parameters under which material should not be shared. So the information included with these bounds is intellectual property also, which can be copyright content, patents, innovation, trade secret formulas, or techniques of compositions, all these things. So it will also comprise a customer list, also prospective customers, business relations and affairs, and the all the business and the trade secret that are valuable for a company. So if an employer-employee relation, a non-disclosure agreement is generally accompanied by a non-compete agreement, so under which employee is prohibited from disclosing the information not only during the employment period but also for a specific period after the job is terminated. So these are some of the things that should be kept in mind while making an MDA. So and there are many uses of the NDA. So the NDA need to be stamped. So a stamp is a necessary procedure formality without which a document will not be accepted in the code under normal circumstances. So the stamp duty rate to a non-disclosure agreement will vary according to state, and we have to see the stamp act of that particular state, and if there is no provision regarding that particular type of NDA, the stamp duties, the Indian Stamp Act have to be seen. So it can vary from rupees 20 to rupees 100, so and much more. So registration or non-disclosure agreement can be registered under the Registration Act of 1908 by going to your district or city's sub registrar office. So then there is a notarization part. The party may choose to have their agreement notarized. In most cases, a notary role is that of a witness when a document is notarized. So it means the notary has personally witnessed the party have signed the contract and no one else. So in the absence of witness, the party could make up a variety of explanation to claim that he is not obligated to the term of contract. So that is why notarization important, and a good NDA usually have a notarized certificate. So the cost of notarization also depends on the state or where you live. So concluding, I want to say that NDA is a contract to which the parties agree not to disclose any information covered by the agreement, as entering to the agreement creates confidential relation between the parties, obligated them to protect all the confidential and proprietary information as long as such information is not in public domain already. So uses of NDA are on the rise in India and the government by the Indian Contract Act 1872 also. However, for the use of NDA to be valid in India, they need to be stamped. So NDAs are highly preferable now, as they are of low cost, easy to create legally binding documents. So when drafting an NDA, it is important to be detailed as much as possible, so that there is no escape clause or there is no loophole for the other party to escape their culpability. Thank you. That I want to conclude this video by saying that please remember, this video does not violate any guidelines of Bar Council of India and does not solicit or promote any of the advertisement, and the sole purpose is educational. And guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more of this content in future, and I will be coming up with the next video very soon. Thank you.